what were your charges? How did you get caught, and what were the charges that you were presented with?
Okay. This is going to lead into something that he was mentioning.
Okay.
Listen.
Sorry if I
No, listen, man. I'm here to learn. This is our professor today.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
I ain't saying that.
I don't make any qualms. I was in the world. I wasn't wrongly convicted. I was just over sentenced. I was in the drug business.
I'm gonna have to shake your hand for
Yeah.
that comment because a lot of people will not take accountability.
No, but I'm taking account, and I'm penitent. I don't only take accountability. I'm penitent about what I did.
Young man, that means you accept your punishment.
Yeah, no.
And you are truly free.
I don't say
so
that I don't
you
have
were
it.
guilty, but you were just over sentenced.
I was over sentenced.
Why
So
you
talk
think you
to
was
us
over
about it?
sentenced?
Well,
Because when y'all brothers read, go all the way back to Furman versus Georgia. And Furman versus Georgia was a death penalty case that came out where they overturned the death penalty because they said it was being unfairly applied to people of color. And they did a study. I think the study was called the Baston study. But anyhow, they were showing that if you were black and you killed another black, then you probably would not get sentenced to the death penalty. But if you was black and you killed a white, it was over. And the only white person that had been on death row for the killing of a black person was a guy.
Push his mic in.
Oh, I'm sorry. The only white person that had been on death row for the killing of a black person was a guy named Shorty, he was in North Carolina. He was already in prison for about 11 murders.
Damn.
So he ended up
first serial killer.
yeah. So he ended up getting the death penalty, but virtually every black person that had the death penalty was in there for killing a white person. So, and you didn't have any white people that was in there with death penalty in there. So they had a case. Folks. Yeah, they had a case. The name of the case is called Furman versus Georgia. Anyhow, it showed disparity of impact, in sentencing. So we have always been targeted, regardless to what the crime was. When I was a little boy, if you was a drug dealer, they thought that was a character flaw because it was a black epidemic. But now, I'm not drug dealer, drug user, I'm sorry. Now, if you're a drug user, they say that you need help because it's mental illness. Because now it's not just Lil Rajan or you Muhammad or one of them.
Yeah, your name is Hunter Biden. You're treated radically different.
So it's the difference in it. So that's one of the reasons, not just me, but, both black and Latinos. They had a brother, he was out of the Bronx, and he was, I think they charged him with a RICO. And they were going for the death penalty, 848E. That's murder in furtherance of a drug conspiracy. And they were going for the RICO, but they didn't go for the RICO for none of the mob guys. Like Sammy Bull had 17 murders. He ended up doing 5 years. He became a snitch. But the point was that they wasn't going for those kind of egregious sentences, where they would go with that with a black person. Like I said, who was the guy, Shorty, the one that busted out of prison in Mexico?
Oh, yeah. I know exactly.
All right. So they said he made $1 billion. They said he was also tied indirectly to 14 murders and directly to 7 in which the people was burnt alive. He was given, I can't remember his name, but El Chapo.
Chapo.
He was given life plus 25 years. He wasn't sentenced as a super kingpin. So that means that if we started at the same time, he was going to beat me out. I wouldn't have been a gnat on his ass in the drug business. But he was given far more sentence. I was given a far more egregious sentence.
And you were
charged as a super kingpin.
I was charged. He wasn't charged as a super kingpin.
But you were.
I was.
And you said I wouldn't be a gnat on his ass.
Yeah. Now, my plug was a Colombian woman.
Yes.
That was also my girlfriend at the time.
Gotcha.
She brought in 126,000 pounds of marijuana and 1,000 keys of coke. Now she cooperated. She ended up with 12 years. She testified on me for that. She said I aided in the importation of 200 keys. I got life with no parole plus 50.
For 200 keys.
Yeah.
Fucking with them
For
exotic.
200 keys.
Yeah.
God.
Fucking with them exotics.
So now she was bringing in 1,000. So,
but the black man,
it's not revelatory that we are over sentenced.
You had co-defendants?
Damn.
Yeah, I had some co-defendants. I had 3 or 4 co-defendants, But they also charged my daughter, who she passed this year.
God bless her.
But they also charged my daughter with being a part of my criminal enterprise. But she was found not guilty. She was facing life.
Yeah.
She was found not guilty because there was no drugs to introduce. They charged me with a lifestyle. They call it a lifestyle defense. It's like, do you really believe that this? Yeah. No, they didn't have.
So my cousin is doing federal time right now. Hopefully he's coming home soon.
Yeah.
He got caught with just 20 bands, just coming up the highway. 20 grand. In the case in which they found no drugs, absolutely no drugs, they said, did he have drugs? The prosecutor says, no, he did not, but $20,000 could have purchased drugs.
Yeah.
He literally got sentenced for what could have happened with the money he had. And I thought that was it was detestable.
But, I thought I understood law until I came into the feds.
Yeah.
And because everything that you think is your understanding of law, like you say, oh, he said I did it and I said I didn't, that's just hearsay. That's not hearsay. Hearsay is if me and you enter an agreement to do something and you decide to flip or to testify, your thing is considered direct evidence.
Oh, wow.
The only way it's hearsay is if you tell Bear and then Bear comes and testifies, well, I told it to you and you told it to Bear. Bear didn't hear it directly from me. That's hearsay.
Gotcha.
But if it comes directly from you, that's not hearsay.
Airtight evidence.
That's airtight. Yeah.
And the RICO laws were created for the mafia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which has some level of sophistication because they got out of narcotics, but in addition to narcotics, they got involved in unions, they got involved in garbage, they got involved in construction, things that money could be laundered and filtered through. Why I don't believe black people are in general good criminals, to be very honest with you. We have some that are exceptional like yourself because they are well organized and they're educated.
You're organized.
And then we got niggas. God bless my niggas, man. They done saw a few movies, heard a few songs, and they got connections enough to get their neighborhood popping, but they don't have the sophistication enough to move in a Robin Hood-like manner, to have empathy, to show, besides a turkey day or back to school, they don't have the ability. My mom's boyfriend employed people. When I woke up at 15 years old, 1990, woman charged with buying 10 kilos of cocaine, was a drought or something in Griffin, Georgia. I remember my mom getting home after about 2 weeks saying, man, we was down there to buy 20. Them crackers kept half the money and lied. Yeah. But he was, as I saw him deal with his team, he was a leader.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I became friends with his team's kids. Like, we still friends to this day. But he went and served the time. He made sure my mother did, and he told the cops, hey, I beat on her. She had to do what I told her to do. But he sent our mom home. He went and served the time. But he was literally a leader of people, helping people change. He could organize. He could get people together. He had black biker gangs, used the security, that type shit. So he thought past the tip of his nose. Most of us don't. Most of us kind of give ourselves to a system that will, and especially it hurts me now to see it used in music because they're taking the same playbooks they use to lock up people and charge them kink and laws. They're taking to rappers. Now I'm just like, if there's anybody more unorganized in the world, it's a goddamn rap group. Them niggas don't know what the hell they doing. You know what I mean? They ain't figured out contracts yet. How is it that we still give ourselves to slavery so easily? Because essentially that's all we're doing. What the people they're locking up are labor and people whose mind could possibly emancipate us. What do you say to the young men and women out there that are still involving themselves in drugs, scamming, things of that nature in the same way? What?
I say two things.
Yes, sir.
First, I say the game is dead.
Dead.
And I wrote a book called Death of the Game.
Death of the Game. Let's make sure we pick that up, people. Let's read it. We'll talk about it in another episode.
But, the level of technology and the level of sophistication now that's available at the fingertips of law enforcement makes indulgence in crime a lost cause. You know, I mean, before you used to hop over a bank counter and you go up there and you scoop and you might have a payday.
Yeah.
But now trying to rob a bank is, you got you trying to rob a bank with a gun and another guy in Eastern Europe is on a computer and he hit it for 17 million and you hit it for 1,700.
Yeah.
And when they bust him, he's getting 5 years, but you getting 50.
Yeah.
So to me, still being involved in that is like, remember they used to have stagecoach robberies?
Yes.
And they would hop on the stagecoach and they would rob it and they'd take everybody's money.
Yeah.
Now, if you get on a train and you go from one end to the other looking for cash, you might end up with $86. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody is swiping, So
Ain't nobody carrying cash.
it's dated.
Yeah.
You know, it's a wrap. It's over. You know. So you got to find other ways. You got to tap into your own hustle and creativity.
Yes, sir.
In order to generate money. But the money is out there. You know, they said it's room at the top. It's the bottom that's crowded.
Yeah.
You know.
So you are a capitalist, and I don't mean as an insult. I mean in the way is you see this system as, hey, I can participate in the money making system.
Absolutely.
And the free market system, you believe?
I love the thrust and parry of business.
Yes, sir.
You know, I love being engaged. I love the challenge of business. I love pitting my whatever intelligence I can bring to bear against a system or a person. And, you know, I don't really compete against a person.
Yes, sir.
But I may compete against what they're doing with what I'm doing,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes, sir.
So I like that, you know? And so you rewarded money. But for me, the money is like almost a side benefit.
Yes, sir.
The real benefit is the challenge. It's just like when you go at a girl, it's the chase more than the capture.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you're going after, you trying to seduce her, you're doing everything you do to try and get at her. But the real challenge is trying to get at her.
So you ain't greedy. You just
I'm
you weren't never really greedy.
Well,
No,
let me say this.
I'm ambitious.
Let me say this, Swift. And I talked to somebody who did some time with you
Okay.
recently, and he said that once he met you, he admired you and looked up to you because there was not a day that passed that you did not have a visitor come to see you. Is that true?
It depends. Well, when they had the COVID thing, I didn't get no visits. You know, so that's only partially true.
He said between
COVID.
88 and I think
During that time, yeah,
between 88 and like 95,
Yeah.
he said while he was locked up,
yeah.
he had to ask you, how is it, because he couldn't get his own family to come see him. He was like, how is it that Akbar got somebody coming to see him every single time? Several people at a time.
Yeah, they did. It's how you live your life, man. You know, and I didn't burn bridges, and like I said, I wasn't condescending. You know, so they say that the arc of the universe is long, but it bends towards justice.
Martin
So
King.
yeah, so I guess I was just being repaid by the universe in some senses. You know, but you know, you give good out, and at some point, it may not come back in the form that you put it out in, but the universe will repay that. They'll
Yes, sir.
return it, you know.
What you absolutely, amen to that. What you were just